Hey guys, it's Mary. This is my first video, so I apologize for the crappiness of it. But I am going to be doing a video on mudding and taping, as you saw in the caption. So basically, for those of you that don't know what this is, it's when people are making new walls or new ceilings, and they want to, well, they hang sheetrock or drywall, whatever, and they, hang it, and there's going to be lines in between the pieces because they're not the same piece. So in order to get rid of that line, so that you don't have just a bump when you paint it or a little empty spot, or a little dig, there's something called taping, and that's what we're going to be doing in this video. So basically, what you're going to do for taping is drywall tape. So there's not like one specific type that you can use, but all I'm going to say is you have to make sure that the type that you are using is drywall friendly. For example, this is screening tape. This will work perfectly. It is sticky, but not too sticky. But it allows the drywall to go through it and to dry. There's another type that is like a cream color, and it's not sticky at all. It's pretty much just a paper strip, but that works perfect too. Just make sure you're not using like Scotch tape or duct tape or just normal craft tape, because that's not the right stuff. It's not going to work. So you're also going to need drywall blades and your bucket to put it in. And I already went ahead and put the mud that I'm going to be using today in my bucket. And a lot of people just use the mud as it is, but I have found that it is a lot easier to make it go on smoothly if you mix water into it. So don't mix too much, just a little bit. But you're going to want it to be, so this is the consistency before I put water in it. It's still smooth, but not as soft as I like it. So I went ahead and put some water into it. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep mixing it until all the water is in it. Because what else can I do? But, okay, so now, I don't know if you can tell, but mine is now a lot smoother, a lot more easily moved around. So that's what we're looking for before we start. So we're going to do that, and you can go ahead and let that sit for about 2 minutes so that all the air bubbles can come out and there will not be any, I don't know, you know what I mean. So basically, I will show you what a finished joint looks like right now. So I have already done the majority of this bathroom. We went ahead and did new ceilings and new walls. So when you're doing these joints, the finished product should not be rough. You should not be able to feel that you should not be able to feel that this is different than this. It should be completely smoothed over. That way when you paint it, it won't be noticeable that it's two pieces. So I actually only have to do a little bit right now because I have already been working on this for a couple of days, and I didn't think to film a video on it until now. So basically, here, I'll show you on something that's not a joint how to do the taping. I will be taking it off because I don't need it, but I will show you how to do it. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut off however much tape you need. If your joint is 6 feet long, you're going to need a 6 foot long strip of tape. But I am just using a little bit because I don't actually need to tape right now. So I'm just going to put it right here. Right there. Just because normally you would want to put it in between two pieces, but I don't really have that right now. So what you're going to want to do is grab your blade, get some on it, make sure both sides are cleaned off. And scoop just a little bit if you're doing a little thing. You're gonna put it on. And this is just your first coat. So it does not have to be perfect at all. But you're just doing this first coat to ensure that the tape stays on. After your first coat, it should look like this. It does not have to be perfectly smooth for your first coat because you're going to actually be putting plenty of coats on. About 3 or 4 depending on how good you are at it. So you're going to do that. When it dries, you're going to keep putting more on, and you're going to want to angle your blade like that when you're putting it on. That way the middle of the joint will have more, and then the ends, like the sides of it, will be thinning out because the blade will be going like that. So that's what you're going to want to be doing. Remember, the more of a lip that you have, the more sanding you're going to have to do. So the laser job you do in the beginning, the more work you're going to have to do in the end. So just keep that in mind because sanding sucks. So basically, you do that, and I usually don't do several layers in one day. I usually do a layer a day, layer or 2 possibly. But so you're gonna let that sit and dry. When it's dry, then you can go over it. But yeah, so that is putting the joint on itself, and then I'm going to show you how to sand. So the first sanding you're going to be doing is wet sanding. You're going to want to use a sponge, and if you don't have a big sponge, you can use like a soft rag, okay? And you really just don't want anything super rough, or else it will leave streaks and it will sand away too much. And you don't want that. So basically wet sanding is getting rid of the big lips in it. So trying to find, here, we're going to do one on the ceiling. So wet sanding isn't really for the little, like getting it perfectly smooth. It's just to get the big chunks off and the big lips that are noticeable to the eye. So I'll show you what I'm going to be wet sanding right now. So you can't see it that well on this, but there is a few big spots right around here. It's not really focusing right now, but trust me, you can see them. So I'm just going to be getting it damp. You don't want it sopping wet, or else that will take away a lot more of it than you need. And you're just going to be rubbing it softly. You don't want to be pressing too hard, or else it will take away too much and it will still end up leaving marks. So now that part is already all wet sanded. There is nothing else I can do with the sponge when it comes to this part, because I have already, this part is already all good. See how fast that is? And it was so fast because I didn't do a lazy job in the beginning. Keep that in mind, okay? So that is the first sanding. Second sanding, after everything is all wet sanded, you want to try to do every joint at the same time, because it will just make it so much easier, so you don't have to remember which ones you did and didn't sand. So then what you're going to do is you're going to get your sandpaper. I usually use the 120 grain, just because it just gets it off quickly. And you are just going to go straight through the motion like that until it is perfectly smooth. It doesn't have to be completely perfect, but you want to make sure that there's no lips. So that is what you do, and once that is all done, you can go ahead and paint, and then you are done. So I hope this video helped you out, because I wasn't very good at it when I first started, but I'm pretty good at it now. So, I mean, my dad's letting me do the whole bathroom by myself. It's making me. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. But, so that is how you tape in mud. I can do a more in-depth video next time I'm doing a room. That way, I can actually show you how it looks when I'm doing it. But I already have done this bathroom, so I couldn't really show you too much. But that is just how I do it and how I found it works best. We tried all types of techniques and all types of ways, but that is the easiest, quickest, and most efficient way. And just make sure when you're doing it that you wear clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. This all will come out in the wash. It does not stain or stay on your clothes, but you just probably don't want to wear nice clothes. So make sure you do that because it will get messy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later.